Did you know that nearly 72% of undergrads rely on financial aid, but most don't maximize those benefits? If you don't want to leave free money on the table, this video is for you. In today's video, I'm breaking down financial aid, what it is, how to get it, how to maximize it, and how to make sure that you qualify for every dollar that you deserve. We'll also cover grants, work study, student loans, and how to avoid common pitfalls that will cost you thousands. Whether you're just starting college, getting ready to enroll, or you've been in the game for a while, this guide is designed to help you unlock every dollar that you qualify for. I'm Sarah Luna, and this is what I learned in college. So first things first, let's start out with the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid. The FAFSA is free to fill out, and it's essential because it's the absolute backbone, the foundation of your financial aid. For example, the FAFSA determines your eligibility for Pell Grants, which is free money that you don't have to pay back. It also helps you qualify for federal student loans with low interest rates, and certain state programs require that you fill out the FAFSA so that they can take the data from the FAFSA and use it to determine your eligibility. Additionally, your institution may have you fill out the FAFSA so that you can qualify for need-based aid. If you haven't already, check out my video on how to fill out the FAFSA step by step. I'll link it down in the description and right here. And make sure you apply early. Funding does run out, so you have to make sure that you get it in as soon as possible so that you can qualify as soon as possible. Now, once you submit your FAFSA, you may qualify for a multitude of programs, including the aforementioned Pell Grant, but also something called the Supplemental Educational Opportunity Grant, or SEOG. If your school participates in this is free money, so make sure you check that out. And of course, there's federal work study and subsidized and unsubsidized student loans. And we'll go into that in a little bit. Now let's talk about scholarships. There are thousands of scholarships out there, and you don't have to be a perfect 4.0 student to win one. Here's an example of some of the scholarships that are out there. First off, there are merit-based scholarships, and those are scholarships that are based off of grades, talents, and leadership in your community. Now, there are also need-based scholarships, so if you can demonstrate a financial hardship of some sort, you might qualify for a need-based scholarship. There are also demographic-specific scholarships for women, minorities, veterans, etc. And don't sleep on program-specific scholarships. There are all types of programs out there that offer scholarships just for participating in their undergraduate program. And last but not least, there are local scholarships from community groups, employers, churches, and others. So make sure that you look into that as well. A good way to start your scholarship search would be to contact your school's financial aid office directly, but you can also go online and see sites like fastweb.com, scholarships.com, and bold.org, which is often overlooked. So we mentioned state aid earlier, but I wanted to make sure that I touched on it again, because many students overlook state aid. A lot of times, state aid requires that you go to a separate state website to apply and to see the qualifications. Nearly every U.S. state offers grants, scholarships, and tuition waivers, so it's worth it to look into your state's website and see if one of these is an option for you. For example, in Texas, there's the Texas Grant. And then in California, you've got Cal Grants. In New York, there's TAP or TAP. And then Ohio has OCOG, Ohio College Opportunity Grant. So these are just a few examples. I recommend you do your own research to find out more. Now, when it comes to student loans, understanding your options is crucial. The two most common types of federal loans are direct subsidized loans and direct unsubsidized loans. Now, both are offered by the U.S. Department of Education through the Federal Direct Loan Program, but they have important differences, which I'll outline here. Subsidized loans are need-based and available only to undergraduate students who demonstrate financial need. The federal government also pays the interest during your grace period after leaving school and during any deferment period. This means your loan balance does not grow during that time. In contrast, unsubsidized loans are available to both undergraduate and graduate students, regardless of financial need. However, you are responsible for all interest that accrues from the moment the loan is disbursed. If you don't pay the interest as it builds, it will be added to the total amount that you owe. This is called capitalization. Because of this, it's wise to borrow subsidized loans first, if you qualify, and only turn to unsubsidized loans if you need additional funding. Now let's talk about loan limits. There are annual and aggregate lifetime limits, right, on how much you can borrow in federal student loans. For example, a dependent first-year undergraduate student can borrow up to $5,500 in total federal loans. No more than $3,500 of it can be subsidized, okay? By the time you graduate, you may borrow up to $31,000 total as a dependent undergraduate, again, with a cap on how much can be subsidized. Now, independent students have higher limits. Keep in mind that these amounts can change slightly year to year, so it's always a good idea to check studentaid.gov for current numbers. Now, what about interest rates? These are set by Congress each year and apply to new loans. For the 2024-2025 academic year, undergraduate subsidized and unsubsidized loans both had an interest rate of about 5.5%, while graduate unsubsidized loans came with a higher rate. Currently is about 7%, I'd say. So these are fixed interest rates, by the way, meaning that they won't change once the loan is disbursed, which is great news for the borrower. Once you graduate or drop below half-time enrollment, you enter what is called a 6-month grace period before repayment begins. After that, you'll choose or be placed into a repayment plan. Now, the standard repayment plan spreads payments over 10 years, okay? But there are other options too, like graduated repayment, which starts low and increases over time. And there's even something called extended repayment, which gives you up to 25 years to repay. For those with lower income or high loan balances, income-driven repayment plans like SAVE, which is formerly known as Repay, adjust your monthly payment based on income and family size. These plans may lead to loan forgiveness after 20 or 25 years of qualifying payments, but your total cost over time might be higher due to accrued interest. Here's a pro tip for you. If you don't remember anything else from this video, please remember this. Only borrow what you need. Make sure that you take advantage of work study and grants before you even consider student loans. Alright guys, quick disclaimer. I am not a financial aid advisor or financial expert. Always reach out to your school's financial aid office or visit studentaid.gov to get personalized advice and up-to-date information. Everyone's situation is different, and getting accurate advice for your specific case is very important when it comes to borrowing money for college. Here are some common mistakes that students make when applying for financial aid. The first one would be not completing the FAFSA at all. Some students assume that they won't qualify for aid, and so they skip the FAFSA entirely. But what they fail to realize is that FAFSA is not only for loans. FAFSA opens the door to work study and grants as well, and not all are need-based. Skipping the FAFSA could mean that you are leaving thousands of dollars on the floor, just waiting for someone else to pick it up. So make sure that you fill out the FAFSA, no matter what. Something else that can cost you money is filling out the FAFSA incorrectly. Simple errors, like filling in the wrong social security number, filling in the wrong tax year, or filling in the wrong dependency status, all could have a very bad impact on the FAFSA application. So you want to make sure that you're accurate and up to date. Also, mistakes like forgetting to submit the FAFSA at the end, you save it for later, or forgetting to sign the FAFSA when you submit it, can lead to problems down the road. Also, if at all possible, please use the IRS data retrieval tool if you're eligible, because if you don't, this could lead to processing delays or reduced eligibility. Now, this one is so simple to get, but easy to miss. The priority deadline for your institution. Each state and school has its own priority deadlines, and many types of aid are limited. Missing these priority deadlines means that you could be losing out on thousands in state grants, tuition waivers, or campus-based aid programs that are awarded on a first-come, first-served basis. As we wrap up this deep dive into financial aid, let's take a moment to go over everything that we've covered. So, we've broken down the types of financial aid, from grants and scholarships to federal loans, work-study opportunities, and state-based programs. We also explored the differences between subsidized and unsubsidized loans, talked about repayment options, loan limits, and interest rates. Now, most importantly, remember that you are not alone in this process. There are tools, people, and resources out there to help you. Just by watching this video, you're empowering yourself with knowledge, and that's huge. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss what's next. Let me know in the comments if there's a topic that you would like me to cover next. And let me know if you have any questions about your own financial aid journey. I'll help the best that I can. And if you want to go even deeper, check out my video on how to save money on college textbooks. I'll put it right here.